You know what? I'm going to save that he departed for when Matthew, Mark, and Luke also say he departed from Jerusalem to Bethany. These things spoke Jesus, which means that should probably come first. Then, and departed, and did hide himself from them. Mark, when the evening was come, he went out of the city. So I'll say these things spoke Jesus, and when the evening was come, he departed and did hide himself from them. Then from Matthew, he went out of the city into Bethany and lodged there. Mark also has he went out of the city. There's also a statement in Matthew, he left them. That's at the beginning. I think that's the same thing as saying he did hide himself from them. But John is more descriptive than Matthew, so I'm going to go with that. And did hide himself from them will also be from Matthew. Matthew continues, and went out of the city into Bethany and lodged there. Mark went out of the city. That's easy enough. John, that's it. So just Matthew and Mark now. And is only Matthew, but went out of the city. That's Matthew and Mark. Only Matthew now has into Bethany. And he lodged there. Mark has in the morning he passed by, saw the fig tree dried up. That is actually when Matthew mentions the entire story of the fig tree, but because Mark explains that the event that he cursed the fig tree and then saw that it withered and the disciples responded about the withering were two separate days, I'm going to go with Mark. It makes sense that Matthew would mention that all together because it's similar to the project I'm doing. All of Jesus mentions of a certain subject, as long as I can see that it was probably moved out of the way, like into the Sermon on the Mount, all put together. But Mark usually does things in order, so I went along with Mark. Before that, I have to have everything from John, because this is like more summary statements. Though he had so many miracles before them, yet they believed him not. That the saying of Isaiah the prophet might be fulfilled, which spoke, Lord, who has believed our report? And he speaks about all these fulfillments of Isaiah. Okay, later on in this chapter, it's just John talking, explaining how prophecies from Isaiah have been fulfilled. But then at the end it says, for they, meaning people in the synagogue, loved the praise of men more than the praise of God. And then it goes back to Jesus saying something. And Jesus cried and said, he that believes on me believes not on me, but on him that sent me. So this would have to be some other time during his last week. After he leaves Jerusalem that one day and before the Last Supper. So I'm going to have to add this in somewhere else. That's the end for this paragraph.